Hi, I'm Vince Weston, and before we get to the final reveal, surprise, surprise, I wanted to go over a couple of things that I did with the interior of the time machine, just to give you some idea of how crazy I am, since most probably you won't ever see a lot of this due to the fact that it's the interior. But the one thing I did notice, I think there's on the console, there's that mechanism with the switch, and in the Polar Lights version it's basically just a lump, and I think the Oshima version is a little bit better. So I decided to detail that out a little bit, and one of the things I did was that I cut down out the middle of the hump, and then built a spinner from cutting out some discs and drilling it out and putting in. You'll see those in the upcoming pictures. That you'll see on the left hand side is the handle, which fit into the front, and on the right hand side of the pictures is the interior pieces, and then I covered it with a piece of acetate. So here's those for the moment. Then, after I did that, I painted up the dashboard, and you can see that here. And one thing that I noticed is that there was a box on the Hero version which is not shown, which is not included in the kit. I don't know what these parts are called, so it's part of the time mechanism. So I scratch built a little box, and the dome that sits next to it. Then the next thing I did was I finished out the flux capacitor in the back wall. I actually I painted it up. Anyway, covered it with a piece of acetate and put a little red paint on it for the sticky marker that goes there. So there's that part. And then got the whole interior together, and here's a shot or two of that. And the one other detail that I wanted to add was Marty's skateboard. Since this is the original, I figured I'd include that. And for some weird reason, since I found pictures of it on the internet, I also made up my own hoverboard. And here's some of how I put that together. This is all done with a rod and tube for the stanchions. So that's most of that. I figured those pictures would probably be a little bit easier to see than me trying to zoom in with my camera and doing all those things with it, which that isn't too much. But here it is. Whoops. And Marty's skateboard fell off here. I just thrown it on the hood. So you see here is the final car. Hopefully I can keep this in frame. Excuse me while I spin around here. So here we've got, I just put Marty's McFly's skateboard. Oops. Yeah, okay. That was a lousy pickup job. I actually found this on the internet. Oh, this isn't there. Maybe that's a little less. I don't know. That's not going to come out so well. But anyway, it was a Moderna, is it? Valterra board. And I found pictures. It's kind of a famous skateboard. So I did that. And here on the other side, just for grins, oops, is the hovercraft, or the hoverboard. I actually took and cut out a piece of acetate for the base and a couple of pieces of clear sprue for it to give the illusion of the fact that it's hovering. It's about the same height as the skateboard. So here's what I've finally come up with. You'll also notice I blackened the back of the vents, as you can kind of see here. We'll zoom in a little on the engine. Well, that's about as close as it's going to get. So they let me pick this up and maybe I can get a little closer. That's the final timepieces for the Hero. And of course I've got the out of time license plate on there, which was included in the kit. You'll also, the hood of course is inside from the fire suit. You know, a lot of reflection, but and you can kind of maybe see the wires. No, not really, but with all this. The other thing that wasn't included in, excuse me while I fumble around, in the Polar Lights kit is the DMC. I think I'd mentioned previously that I was going to do that. Basically all I did was I found the front end of a DeLorean picture, sized it down, cut it out, glued it on, and there she be. So she's all done. So we'll spin her around a little bit so you can take a look. So that's the final on that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I'm kind of in a quandary, which I seem to be every time I come to the end of a project, as to what's the next thing up. I got a couple of things calling me. And I've got some thoughts about projects that I've set aside for about 2 years now. So, there we go. So, thanks for watching. I'd be glad to see some comments. And we'll see you on the next time. So, have fun.